we have to solve this equation with the help of factorization method. That means here students, we want the two numbers. We want the two numbers such that their product will be positive 54 and their addition or subtraction, we say addition or subtraction would be minus 50. So we have to find out such a two numbers that fulfill these two conditions at the same time. So here which are these two numbers? So there are 9 6 are 54. Okay, and then here the addition or subtraction would be minus 15. So minus 9 minus 6, that means minus 15, and the product of these two will be positive 54. So that means these numbers satisfy these both condition at the same time. So having the coefficient other than 1, and that is the 2. So that means here we have to search out the two numbers such that their product will be positive 26. Their product will be positive 26 and their addition or subtraction will be positive 27. So that such a two numbers are 26 ones are 26. 26 ones are 26, that is positive 26, positive 1. So now here our next step will be, so now here students we can write this in this form, root 11 whole bracket square. So n square in the first bracket minus root 11 in the second bracket square. So that means here nothing but the a square minus b square. So in the first bracket we write a plus b, in the second bracket we write a minus b. So therefore it will be n plus root 11 in the first bracket and n minus root 11 in the second bracket, which is equal to. Hello students, welcome in our channel Class 10 NCERT SSC Math with Sujata ji. This is Sujata Kamre, and now we are going to solve the examples in the practice set 2.2 for the chapter Quadratic Equations. So let us see the first example, students. So the first question is, solve the following quadratic equations by the factorization. First example is x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0. So now here students, first I write down the equation as it is. So then by factorization method we have to solve this equation. So here first x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0. So now here we have to solve this equation with the help of factorization method. That means here students, we want the two numbers. We want the two numbers such that their product will be positive 54 and their addition or subtraction, we say addition or subtraction would be minus 15. So we have to find out such a two numbers that fulfill these two conditions at the same time. So here which are these two numbers? So there are 9 6 are 54. Okay, and then here the addition or subtraction would be minus 15. So minus 9 minus 6, that means minus 15, and the product of these two will be positive 54. So that means these numbers satisfy these both condition at the same time. So here first I write down the equation as it is, x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0. And then I write down the first term and the third term as it is, and in between these two terms I write down these two numbers with their variables. So minus 9x minus 6x and is equal to 0. Then I make the two groups for the two terms, and the third and fourth term make the second one group. Then here I factorize these two groups. So here x multiply x minus here 9 multiply x minus here 6 multiply x plus 6 multiply 9 is equal to 0. Then here students, from this group there is a common x. So here x in the bracket x minus 9. Then here minus sign as it is. Then here from this group there common is 6. So 6 in the bracket x minus 9 is equal to 0. Then here students, these both the brackets are equal. So I say that in the first bracket I write x minus 9, and in the second bracket I write the remaining terms. So x minus 6 in the second bracket is equal to 6. Now after this stage, or after getting the two brackets is equal to 0, then the first bracket is equal to 0, or we say x minus c, that is the second bracket, is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to 0 plus 9. Therefore x is equal to 9. Or here x is equal to 0 plus 6, therefore x is equal to 6. So now here students, these are the two values for the variable x. So these are nothing but the solution of the given quadratic equation. So here we say that finally we say that the solution of the given quadratic equation is x is equal to 9 or x is equal to 6. x is equal to 9 or x is equal to 6. So this is our final answer. Then next one example, students. X square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. So first I write down the example as it is. X square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. So now here students, we have to search out two numbers such that their product will be minus 20, their addition or subtraction will be positive 1. So which are these two numbers? So that 5 4s are 20. So here 5 4s are 20. So now here addition will be positive 1. So positive 5 and negative 4. That means the addition or subtraction, addition will be 1x and the product will be minus 20. So these two numbers fulfill these two conditions at the same time. So now here, so first I write down the given equation as it is. So x square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. So therefore x square then plus 5x minus 4x minus 20 is equal to 0. Now making the two groups of these two terms. So here x multiply x plus 5 multiply x minus 4 multiply x minus 4 multiply 5 is equal to 20. Now here the common between these two groups, here is x, here is x. So x common, in the bracket we can write x plus 5. Then minus sign, then here common is 4. So 4, then x plus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, now here the next step will be, now there are the here two brackets and these two brackets are similar. So we write x plus 5 in the first bracket and then the remaining terms x minus 4 in the second term is equal to 0. Then here we have the two brackets. So here first bracket x plus 5 is equal to 0, or we say the second bracket x minus 4 is equal to 0. x4 is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to 0 minus 5. Therefore x is equal to minus 5. Or we say here x is equal to 0 plus 4. Therefore x is equal to 4. So here finally we can say that the solution of the given quadratic equation is x is equal to minus 5 or x is equal to 4 or x is equal to 4. So this is our final answer, students. Very simplest method, you follow this method. Then next one example, students. Next one example, 2y square plus 27y plus 13 is equal to 0. So now here students, that first we write down the equation as it is. We write down the equation as it is here. So equation is 2y square plus 27y plus 13 is equal to 0. Now here students, that the first term having the coefficient other than 1 and that is the 2. So that means here we have to search out the two numbers such that their product will be positive 26. Their product will be positive 26 and their addition or subtraction will be positive 27. So that such a two numbers are 26 ones are 26. 26 ones are 26, that is positive 26, positive 1. So now here our next step will be that write down the equation as it is. 2y square plus 27y plus 13 is equal to 0. Then here 2y square, I write down the 2y square as it is. Then write down one by one these two numbers. So positive 26y plus 1y plus 13 is equal to 0. So that these two given numbers write in place of this middle term. So now here make the two groups. So here 2 multiply y plus 2 multiply 13 multiply y plus 1 multiply y plus 13 multiply 1 is equal to 0. So now here from this group, first group, that we have the common, here is 2y, here is 2y. So 2y is common and in the bracket we write y plus 13. Plus sign here as it is, then here from this group the 1 is common. So 1 and in the bracket we write y plus 13 is equal to 0. So that means here students, first we write down in the first bracket y plus 13. In the second bracket we write 2y plus 1. 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore y plus 13 is equal to 0 or 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, y is equal to 0 minus 13. Therefore, y is equal to minus 13. Then here, 2y is equal to 0 minus 1. So, 2y is equal to minus 1. Therefore, y is equal to minus 1 upon 2. y is equal to minus 1 upon 2. So finally we have the solution. So write down, we can write down in the word form the solution of the given quadratic equation is y is equal to minus 13 or y is equal to minus 1 upon 2. So such a way, these are the solution. So now the next one example students, 5m square is equal to 22m plus 15. So now here first we simplify this equation, or we write this equation into the standard form of quadratic equation. So here first I write down the equation as it is 5m square is equal to 22m plus 15. Therefore 5m square minus 22m minus 15 is equal to 0. Now here students, we have to search out the two numbers such that their product will be 5 multiplied minus 15 is equal to minus 75. We want the product as minus 75, and the addition or subtraction would be minus 22. So which are these two numbers that fulfill these two conditions, that is product would be minus 75 and the addition or subtraction would be the minus 22. So now here students, so the numbers are students, so the numbers are 25 threes are, yes, 25 threes are 75. So here 25 threes are. So now here minus 22, so minus 25, positive 3, that means here the addition will be minus 22 and the product will be minus 75. So these two numbers are fulfill these two conditions. Then here the next one is that first write down the equation 5m square minus 22m minus 15 is equal to 0. Therefore 5m square minus 25m plus 3m minus 15 is equal to 0. Now make the two groups. So here factorization, 5 multiply m minus 5 multiply 5 multiply m plus 3 multiply m minus 3 multiply 5 is equal to 0. So this is the factorization. So now here is 5, here is 5, here is m, here is m. So 5m is common in the bracket m minus 5, and here plus sign, then here common is 3, so 3 in the bracket n minus 5 is equal to 0. Then the next step will be, in the first bracket we write m minus 5, in the second bracket we write 5m plus 3, 5m plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore students here first bracket is equal to 0, or we say second bracket 5m plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore m is equal to 0 plus 5, therefore m is equal to 5. Now here 5m is equal to 0 minus 3, 5m is equal to minus 3, therefore m is equal to minus 3 upon 5. So now here students, finally we have the solution. So finally we write down the solution in the word form. So here the solution of the given quadratic equation is m is equal to 5 or m is equal to minus 3 upon 5. Okay, so this fourth one example is completed. Now next example student, 2x square minus 2x plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 0. So now here students, first we write down the given quadratic equation as it is. So 2x square minus 2x plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 0. So now here students, here that at the numerator place there is a 2. So multiplying both the sides by 2. Therefore 2 multiply 2x square minus 2 multiply 2x plus 2 multiply 1 upon 2 is equal to 2 multiply 0. Therefore here 4x square minus 4x plus here 2 to the cancellation out, so plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay students, so this is our simplified quadratic equation. So now here we have to search out the two numbers such that their product will be 4, positive 4. Their product will be positive 4 and their addition or subtraction would be minus 4. So now here which numbers are these? So there are 2 2s are 4. So here I write down 2 2s are 4. So now here addition will be minus 4. So that means will be minus 2 minus 2. That means minus 4. And the product will be positive 4. So these are the numbers, proper numbers. Okay. So I write down here 4x square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. So here 4x square. Then I write down minus 2x minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore making the two groups. So here factorization. So 2 multiply 2 multiply x minus 2 multiply x. Then here minus 2 multiply x plus 1 is equal to 0. Then here students, from this first group, the common is 2x. So 2x in the bracket 2x minus 1. So here minus, from here there is no one common. So here 1 is common, and in the bracket we write 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Then here in the first bracket we write 2x minus 1, and in the second bracket the remaining terms 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So further we solve it. First bracket 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, or 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore 2x is equal to 0 plus 1, 2x is equal to 1, therefore x is equal to 1 upon 2. And here also 2x is equal to 0 plus 1, 2x is equal to 1, therefore x is equal to 1 upon 2. So here the equal solutions are same, 1 upon 2 here, also 1 upon 2. So here therefore we say the solution of the given quadratic equation is x is equal to 1 upon 2, or x is equal to 1 upon 2. So we write only 1 upon 2. Okay. Yeah. Then next one example. So next one example is 6x minus 2 upon x is equal to 1. So here I simplify this equation, students, by multiplying both the sides by x, because at the denominator place there is a x. So here I instruct here multiplying both the sides by x. Multiplying both the sides by x. Therefore x multiply 6x minus x multiply 2 upon x is equal to x multiply 1. Therefore 6x square minus here x get cancelled out. So minus 2 is equal to x. Therefore 6x square minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So now this is our final simplified quadratic equation. So here we consider this for the factorization method. So here we want the two numbers such that their product will be minus 12. Their product will be minus 12, and their addition or subtraction will be minus 1. So these numbers, so such numbers are 4 3s are 12. So here 4 3s are 12. So here minus 4 plus 3. So minus 1, and product will be minus 12. Then here next part is that 6x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So make the two groups of these two. So now factorization, here 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 6 into x multiply x plus 2 multiply x here. Then plus 3 multiply x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then here from this group, there 2x. So 2x is common, and in the bracket we write 3x plus 2. Then here plus, here common is 1. In the bracket we write 3x minus, here students, that minus 2, yes, minus 2 here, minus 4, yes. So here x square, here we write 6x square minus 2x, okay, minus 4x. So here we write here minus, and here also 3x minus 2, and then here 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay students, there was a mistake in between the sign. Okay, so now here I correct this mistake. So now here first bracket is 3x minus 2. In the second bracket we write 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So next one part is that first bracket 3x minus 2 is equal to 0, or we say second bracket 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore 3x is equal to 0 plus 2. 3x is equal to 2. Therefore x is equal to 2 upon 3. Therefore, x is equal to 2 upon 3. And here students, 2x is equal to 0 minus 1. 2x is equal to minus 1. X is equal to minus 1 upon 2. Therefore, x is equal to minus 1 upon 2. So, such a way, finally, we write down the solution. Therefore, the solution of the given quadratic equation is x is equal to 2 upon 3 or x is equal to minus 1 upon 2. So such a way we can solve this method, and this is the simplest method. You follow this method, practice on your own students, okay, and then you can get the answer. Now students, the next one example, say here the activity based question here. So the equation is that root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. To solve this quadratic equation by factorization, complete the following activity. So here solution, root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. So root 2 x square plus here, yes. So we have to write down these two terms, the mid terms. So how can we, in these two gaps, we have to find out the two numbers such that their product will be, see here, their product will be 5 2s are 10. Their product will be positive 10 and their addition or subtraction would be positive 7. So which are these two numbers that fulfill these two conditions? Product would be 10 and the addition or subtraction would be 7. So the two numbers are 5 2s are 10. Addition will be plus 5 plus 2, that is plus 7, and the product will be 5 2s are 10 positive 10. So now here, so we write here in this gap, we write here that 5x plus 2x here. Okay, then here x common is x. So here we write root 2x plus 5 in the first bracket. Here also common is root 2. So here root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So now both the brackets are equal. So in the first bracket we write root 2x plus 5, and in the second bracket the remaining terms x plus root 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, in the first bracket root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0, or here x plus root 2, that is the second bracket, is equal to 0. So here x is equal to minus 5 upon root 2, and here x is equal to minus root 2. So here we say minus 5 upon root 2 and minus 2 are roots of the equation. Okay students, so such a way we can solve the activity. Then next one example, x square minus 2 root 6 x plus 2 is equal to 0. So first I write down the equation as it is, 3x square minus 2 root 6 x plus 2 is equal to 0. So now here students, we want the two numbers such that their product would be positive 6 and their addition or subtraction would be minus 2 root 6. Okay. So which are these two numbers that fulfill these two conditions? So here I say that root 6 multiply root 6, that means here positive 6, but here what about the addition? So here minus root 6, that means minus 2 root 6. So these two numbers fulfill this condition at the same time. So now these are the proper numbers students. So first I write down the given equation as it is, 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore 3x square minus root 6x minus root 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now make the proof. So these are the two groups. Now here, which is the common? So here I simplify that. Here 3, that means root 3 multiply root 3 is equal to multiply x minus root 6. We can write root 3 multiply root 2 x. Okay. Then here in this group root 6, we can write root 6 as root 3 multiply root 2 multiply x plus we write the 2 as root 2 multiply root 2 form is equal to 0. Then here common in between these terms, so common is here root 3, here root 3, x. So common is root 3x. From the first group, the common is root 3x. So in the bracket, we write root 3x minus root 2, Then next one, that is a minus sign, and here common is root 2. So common is root 2. So in the bracket, we write root 3x minus root 2. Root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. So now here, so these both the brackets are equal. So in the first bracket we write down root 3x minus root 2, and in the second bracket we write root 3x minus root 2. is equal to 0. Then further we simplify this, that is first bracket root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0, or the second bracket root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. So here root 3x is equal to 0 plus root 2. So root 3x is equal to root 2. Therefore, x is equal to root 2 upon root 3. So here this form we can write down this is in this form. Okay, x is equal to root 2 upon 3. Or here I think these both are same. So same answer here. So here root 3x is equal to 0 plus root 2. Therefore, root 3x is equal to root 2. Therefore, x is equal to root 2 upon root 3. Therefore, x is equal to in the square root 2 upon 3. So here we say that we say root 2 upon root 2 upon 3 root 2 upon 3 are the roots of the given equation. Okay, students. Then next one example. See here, the next one example is 2n in the bracket n minus 24 is equal to 50. So here first write down the equation as it is. So here 2n in the bracket n minus 24 is equal to 50. So now here I simplify this equation. 2n multiply n minus 2n multiply 24 is equal to 50. Therefore, here product of this 2n square minus product of this 48n is equal to 50. So now simplify further. Therefore, 2n square minus 48n minus 50 is equal to 0. So now here also that further we simplify this. So we are dividing both the sides by 2. Dividing both the sides by 2. So here 2n square upon 2 minus 48n upon 2 minus 50 upon 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, here cancellation, 2 get cancelled. So here n square minus here 2 ones are 2 and here 24. So minus 24n and here minus 2 ones are 2, here 25. So minus 25 is equal to 0. Therefore, this is the simplified quadratic equation. So now here we factorize this here, students, okay, by the factorization method. Okay, we have to solve this equation by the factorization method. So here we want the two numbers such that their product will be minus 25. Their product will be minus 25 and their addition or subtraction would be minus 24. So such a two numbers are, students, that is 25 ones are 25. Okay, so here 25 ones are 25. So here minus 25 plus 1, that is minus 25. And students, here that the product will be minus 25 ones are 25. So here further we write down 2n square minus here minus n square minus 24n minus 25 is equal to 0. Therefore, n square minus 25n plus 1n minus 25 is equal to 0. So now make the two groups. So here n multiply n minus 25 multiply n, then plus 1 multiply n minus 25 multiply 1 is equal to 0. So now here from this group the n is common. So n in the bracket n minus 25. Then here from this group the 1 is common. So 1 in the bracket n minus 25 is equal to 0. So now in the first bracket we write n minus 25. In the second bracket we write x plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore n minus 25 is equal to 0, or we say n plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore n is equal to 25 and here n is equal to minus 1. So we can say that here, finally we can say, students, here 25 and minus 1 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. So this is the final answer. Then next one example. 25n square is equal to 9. So here first write down 25n square is equal to 9, and that will simplify, will further simplify. 25n square minus 9 is equal to 0. So here, students, 25n square minus 9. So 5n whole bracket square minus 3 whole bracket square is equal to 0. So this is in the form of a square minus b square. Okay, so we now hear that in the first bracket we write 5n plus 3. In the second bracket we write 5n minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. Okay, here we use students the formula, and that is a square minus b square is equal to, in the first bracket we write a plus b, in the second bracket we can write a minus b. So now here further we simplify this. So here 5m plus 3 is equal to 0, or we say 5m minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore 5m is equal to 0 minus 3, 5m is equal to minus 3, m is equal to minus 3 upon 5. Therefore m is equal to minus 3 upon 5. And here students, 5m is equal to 0 plus 3, 5m is equal to 3, therefore m is equal to 3 upon 5. M is equal to 3 upon 5. So finally we can write the solution. Therefore minus 3 upon 5, minus 3 upon 5 and 3 upon 5 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. Okay students, so this is the simplest method, easiest method. Okay, then next one example student, see the next one example. 7m square is equal to 21m. So here first we write down the equation as it is. 7m square is equal to 21m. Then here further I simplify. 7m square minus 21m is equal to 0. So now here students, that is a 7 multiply m minus 7 3s are 21 multiply m is equal to 0. So now here 7, here m, here m. So 7m is common students. So here in the bracket we can write m minus 3 is equal to 0. So that means here we assume that 7m is the first bracket and m minus 3 is the second bracket. So 7m is equal to 0, or we say second bracket m minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore further we say m is equal to 0 upon 7, therefore m is equal to 0. And here students, m is equal to 0 plus 3, therefore m is equal to 3. M is equal to 3. So finally we can write down the solution. 0 and 3 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. Okay students, then next one example students. M square minus 11 is equal to 0. So now here first here m square minus 11 is equal to 0. So now here students, we can write this in this form, root 11 whole bracket square. So m square in the first bracket minus root 11 in the second bracket square. So that means here nothing but the a square minus b square. So in the first bracket we write a plus b, in the second bracket we write a minus b. So therefore it will be n plus root 11 in the first bracket and n minus root 11 in the second bracket, which is equal to 0. So now here we have the two brackets, and that's why we write n plus root 11 is equal to 0, or in the second bracket n minus root 11, that is equal to 0. Therefore m is equal to 0 minus root 11. So m is equal to minus root 11. Okay, and here students, m is equal to 0 plus root 11. Therefore m is equal to root 11. And therefore finally we can say that minus root 11 and root 11 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. Okay student, so such a way these are the solution of this given equation, and so such a way we can solve the quadratic equation by the factorization method.